different. This is our Inside Out playset. We're going to explore a little bit about the world of Inside Out and show some of the levels in that game. It's a lot of fun, a lot of jumping and platforming. So we're going to walk over here and take a look at that now. Come this way.
It's been a great partnership.
So Inside Out is based on a new movie from Pixar. It's basically takes place within the mind of the protagonist Riley, and we sort of follow the events of the movie. You know, what would happen, you know, after the Inside Out movie. The premise here is that Riley was at home alone watching some fun TV when she kind of dozed off, dropped the remote, and it changed to a very scary movie. So she was a little shaken up by that. So all the emotions have to jump back into imagination land and sort things out. We feature 5 different playable characters. Each one has different abilities that help the player get through the game. The playset pack comes with anger and joy. Joy can actually float when she jumps, which gives her a huge advantage of running through the world, doing some long distance jumps. Anger can walk on lava without being damaged. So those two are really useful together, and you can actually play 2-player co-op as well. So let's take a look at the game, and then we'll run through some of the other characters and their abilities as well. Okay, so we have 5 different emotions. I mentioned Joy can jump and then float down, really helps with those long distance jumps. Anger, of course, can walk on lava, and he can actually carry other characters across the lava if you're playing in 2-player co-op, so there's a huge advantage playing with a friend. Fear, in his angst to get away, is a fast runner, so there's a lot of timing puzzles where Fear comes in handy and it's very useful. Disgust can jump high off of clouds, another big advantage because there's a lot of running and jumping in the game, and some of the jumps are pretty high up, so she's super useful to sort of make those easier. And finally, Sadness, poor Sadness, at home in the clouds, and with that she can actually walk on clouds without the clouds disappearing. Most of the characters will only have a couple seconds on a cloud before the cloud disappears, and Anger, being the hothead that he is, he'll almost dissolve a cloud instantly. So huge advantage to use all the different characters in different parts of the game. You don't actually have to. We allow you to be able to play through the game even if you don't have all the characters, but it makes it a lot easier if you do swap characters out from time to time. Now we're going to play as Sadness a little bit here. She's going to run through this world. Right now we're in a sort of a 2D level. We do have a pretty big variety of levels, not only the 2D side-scroller classic style, but also sort of a 3/4 view level. All of this takes place within Riley's imagination, so there's a huge sort of gamut of environment and items in the world that you can interact with, you know, all the things that you would find in the imagination of a young girl. Along the way, you can see we're collecting these balloons. The objective of the game, each level you're kind of given a timer and a number of balloons to collect, and at the end of the level you'll be kind of scored based on how many balloons you can collect, how quickly you go through it, and there's actually leaderboards where you'll be shown how well you did compared to other players that own the game from around the world. So a little bit of a competition there, but nothing that's too daunting and lots of fun. So now we're in another level where gravity plays a big role. You can jump up as you normally would in a side-scroller, but it also goes into a sort of an inverted mode, as you can see when she flies through the level there. Sort of a switcheroo on the horizon there, but it's a lot of fun to play through once you get used to the concept. Again, their sort of objective is to cruise through the level and collect the balloons, get through it as fast as you can, and then you'll be scored against everybody else that's playing it. If you're connected online, you'll have access to those leaderboards, and you can see how well you did. So I think now we're going to transition. We're going to go show some of the new Toy Box features that we have in the game, as well as the Toy Box expansion games. So I think we're going to walk over here and take a look at that now.